There are books that teach, books that inspire, and then there are books that are hidden, not because they are false, but because they are too true. Deep within the Vatican's secret archives, among lost manuscripts and forbidden texts, there exists a book so enigmatic, so dangerous, that few have even laid eyes upon it. Some say it holds the original words of Christ, unedited, unfiltered. Others believe it contains knowledge far older than the Church itself, knowledge that could shatter the very foundations of faith. Why does the Vatican guard it so closely? What truths lie within its pages? And more importantly, why are we not meant to know them? Tonight, we pull back the veil. Tonight, we uncover the mystery of the book the Vatican keeps locked away. To understand why this book is so feared, we must go back to a time when knowledge was power, and power was not meant for all. In the early days of the Church, there were texts, some too strange, some too powerful, deemed unfit for public eyes. They spoke of hidden realms, of celestial beings not bound by dogma, and of knowledge that could elevate the soul or doom it. These books were not lost to history, they were erased from it. The Vatican has long been the guardian of spiritual knowledge, deciding what is divine truth and what is dangerous heresy. But what if some of those forbidden books were never meant to be hidden? What if they contain truths that could change everything? There have always been whispers of a book so sacred, so revelatory, that it was sealed away within the Vatican's most restricted vaults. Some call it the secret gospel. Others believe it is a pre-Christian text, one that predates not just the Church, but perhaps recorded history itself. What does this book reveal? And why, even after centuries, is it still hidden from the world? Beyond the grand basilicas and the sacred relics beneath the very foundations of the Vatican lies a place known only to a chosen few, the Archivum Secretum Apostolicum Vaticanum, or the Vatican Secret Archives. This is no ordinary library. It is a repository of history's most guarded secrets, letters from kings, excommunications, forgotten gospels, and hidden among them, an unnamed manuscript that some say holds a truth so profound it could shake the very foundation of faith itself. But what does this book contain? What knowledge was deemed so dangerous that even the most powerful religious institution in the world locked it away? Some accounts claim it is an alternate gospel, one that contradicts the established teachings of the Church. Others insist it is a book of pre-Christian origins, revealing secrets of the cosmos passed down by an ancient, forgotten civilization. And then, there are those who whisper of something even darker, a text that does not simply tell history, but alters it. Could it be a record of the lost years of Christ, a forbidden dialogue between man and the divine, or something more arcane, an account of beings who walked this earth before humanity, whose knowledge was deemed too perilous for mortal minds? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: this book was not meant to be read by ordinary eyes, and those who have dared to seek it have paid the price. For centuries, whispers have circulated among scholars and theologians, accounts of a manuscript so powerful, so revelatory, that its mere existence threatens the fabric of what we believe to be true. A book that does not just record knowledge but reacts to those who read it. In the late 1600s, one such account emerged from a Jesuit priest named Father Vincenzo Valenti. He was granted access to a restricted section of the Vatican archives, where he encountered what he later called the book that watches. Father Valenti described something impossible. He claimed the book's pages would alter as he read them, words reforming, entire passages disappearing as if they had never been written. And in its margins were notes, not from past scholars, but from something else, something that seemed to be responding to him. Could it be an ancient relic of divine origin, a tool of prophecy warning humanity of forbidden truths, or something far more unsettling, a book that reads us back? Some have speculated that this book is more than just ink and parchment. It is a living archive, a sentient text, perhaps even a fragment of something beyond human comprehension, a book that chooses what is remembered and what is erased. The idea of a book so powerful that it must be locked away is not merely the stuff of legend. The Vatican's archives hold countless volumes considered too dangerous for the public eye, not just because of their content, but because of their effect on those who read them. To approach this mystery, we must first understand why knowledge is sometimes concealed. Throughout history, those in power have hidden certain truths, not necessarily out of malice, but to preserve order. Yet wisdom seekers know that true enlightenment comes from questioning what is kept from us. So how can we, as seekers of truth, uncover these hidden teachings? Here are 3 steps you can take to access forbidden knowledge, ethically, responsibly, and with reverence for its power. Many ancient manuscripts and esoteric writings have been fragmented, scattered, or misinterpreted. Texts such as the Gnostic Gospels, the Nag Hammadi scriptures, and the writings of Hermes Trismegistus offer glimpses into what was once deemed too dangerous for public knowledge. Seek out these sources, cross-reference them, piece together what was meant to be forgotten. Patterns emerge when we examine what has been censored over time. Ask yourself, why were certain ideas suppressed? Who benefits from ignorance? Understanding the nature of suppression often reveals the very knowledge being hidden. There is a way to read that goes beyond comprehension. It is an act of communion. Approach sacred or forbidden texts not as mere books, but as portals. Their words hold weight, their meanings shift depending on the reader. Open your mind, but protect it. Some knowledge requires readiness before it can be understood. Perhaps the Vatican does not lock these books away simply to keep them from us. Perhaps they are also keeping us from them. In the end, the most powerful knowledge is not the kind that is freely given, it is the kind that is sought. The Vatican, like many guardians of hidden wisdom throughout history, has locked away texts not merely to keep them from prying eyes, but perhaps to ensure that only those truly prepared may uncover their secrets. We must ask ourselves, what truths lie beyond those sealed doors? Are they revelations too dangerous for the unprepared mind? Are they histories rewritten to serve an agenda? Or are they, perhaps, keys to understanding something far greater than we were ever meant to grasp? But perhaps the real question is not why the Vatican keeps this book locked away, but whether, should you find it, you would dare to read it. The search for truth is never ending, but some doors, once opened, can never be closed.